Hey everybody, welcome back to Would You Rather, everybody's favorite show. If you missed the previous episode, you can go ahead and find it in the link in the description, where that leads to the playlist of all my Would You Rathers. But anyway, let's jump right into it. Would you rather catch your significant other cheating on you or be cheated on and never know? Well, the age-old ignorance is bliss still applies here. If you never know, you can never be hurt. And so that's a good feeling, but at the same time, if you don't know, you cannot make any progress, so to say. Not necessarily like, oh, well, make yourself better so you don't get cheated on, not like that. But if you never know, you know, if you're never learning anything, you're always ignorant, and then you end up like a idiocracy. So as much as it would hurt, I think it would probably be better to know that you've been cheated on versus never know, because never knowing, I don't know, maybe it'll create. I feel like that would create some kind of fucked up thing in your brain where you're thinking, you know, everything's all right, but then, you know, something terrible or something has happened. I don't know. I feel like it would create some kind of bad mental situation for me in the future. So I'm gonna go with catch your significant other cheating on you, because at least then you can like get it out of the way. It's gonna be terrible, but you can at least get it out of the way and just kind of be done with that chapter of your life versus having it like potentially be brought up or continued, so to say. It never really ended if you never really got, you know, that confirmation or that closure. So I'm going to go with catch your significant other cheating on you. Would you rather be Would you rather be the face of of a successful organization or the brains of a successful organization? Now, if you think about this, the face does earn a lot of money of the organization, obviously, as a representation of the physical embodiment, so to say, in a person of an organization. So that's something you would definitely get compensated for. But at the same time, the brains of the organization is the one running the show. It's calling all the shots. It's making all the information. It's the one with the real power. So it's just kind of it's one of those questions. You know, you gotta think about. You know, you gotta think about being the person that takes all the credit, or so to say, that, you know, represents the company. And, you know, I'm going to go with the brains in this situation, because I think in the situation with the brains, you get to control exactly what's going on versus have no say, and you just have to do what a group of other people, you know, want you to do. And you can't, you know, be like, you know, hey man, it wasn't me, it's, you know, this other group of people. Don't get mad, or don't shoot the messenger, man, because your whole thing is being, you know, the face. So I think it would be a little bit too conflicting at some points, maybe in time. So I'm gonna go with the brains, control the whole thing, run into the ground. But anyway, next question. Would you rather prevent the Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman situation, or would you rather prevent the Ferguson, Missouri riots? Now, I think these two cases seem very similar in the court of public opinion, but in my eyes, these two cases are very much different. The Ferguson, Missouri situation kind of shed a light into police militarization again, and that kind of, you know, was able to show a lot of people how much power and our local police stations really have, and how much of a police state we really do live in. And the Trayvon Martin issue, in my eyes, was more of a social thing. It was more of a, let's see how we can separate the people most. Let's see how we can get them divided and not agreeing on anything. And I don't think there were any precedents set here. I think this was just one of those murders where everybody has emotions. You know, everybody feels strongly, but it's a situation of right and wrong. It's not a situation of philosophy, so to say, or of anything like that. So I think it would be more important to prevent George Zimmerman, because that way you don't have you're not being divided in an extra section, and the light still gets shed on the terrible thing. Although, do the means justify the end? So I'm kind of going down that route. I'm going to justify the life of that young black man. I don't remember his name, but, you know, I think it shed more than, you know, light on what was needed to shed on for police militarization. So in a good way, and I mean not in a good way, but in a bad way, it was kind of a good thing. Or is it in a good way? It's a good way that a bad thing happened. It's a good thing that a bad thing happened, I guess, so to say, in the long run, because now, you know, the light has been shed. You know, all these shows have, you know, Last Week Tonight, Colbert, Daily Show, you know, they've all, you know, shed the light onto how militarized the police force really actually is. Next question. Would you rather fail an entire semester of courses or be in debt for 1 year? Now, if thinking about failing an entire semester of courses, that's not just going to have an effect on your immediate future. That's going to have an effect on your long run future, because failing a semester of courses on average is, 15 hours, 12 to 15 hours for a semester. And failing all of those is going to do some terrible, terrible things to your GPA. The thing is going to go down quicker than, I'm trying to think of a slut here, and then it's just going to stay down, though. That's going to be the problem. You're really not going to be able to recover too well in your entire college career from failing one semester of all of your classes. But being in debt for 1 year is one of those things where it's like, okay, I can see the end of this, but it's going to be one of those things that's on your record, and it's going to definitely weigh with you, probably more off, like heavier and more, not heavier. I won't say heavier. I think it's going to weigh with you more often. But when you're in college, that's the only, you don't have, to worry about your debt and your money or anything like that. The thing that you really worry about is, are your grades and stuff like that. So I think that would weigh on you, more in terms of how the intensity of the feeling and not the length of the feeling. So I think it would feel worse for a shorter amount of time to fail all your classes, but you got that maybe a potentially more than a year of financial missteps under your belt that could set you back a couple steps in life. So I think these these two, I feel failing a semester of classes doesn't seem as heavy as an option as going into debt. I feel like they're kind of level in maybe in a sense, maybe balanced is the right word, not level, but maybe balanced in the right word. So but I'm going to fail an entire semester of courses, just because I feel like that has less of a say about me in general in a society as, being in debt for 1 year. That would definitely look, pretty poorly on society. And I don't know if that kind of reflects, like, if that stays in your credit score or anything like that. It's stuff like that I don't know how it would impact me, versus I know how failing an entire semester of courses would impact me. So lesser of two evils, so to say. Would you rather make one gay porn to save your friend's life, or make one fetish porn where you get puked on to save your friend's life? Okay. So just a regular standard gay porn, which would be pretty humiliating for me. I mean, I'm a straight guy. I mean, it's one of those things where, once I got out, that would be pretty humiliating for everybody, and, especially for me. And then get puked on, that would also be humiliating, but it would also be degrading. That's kind of the big thing. In my eyes, the gay porn thing to me, it would be like, dude, I did it to save a friend's life. And so it wouldn't be, that same as, I just made a gay porn. But getting puked on, regardless of the circumstance you're in, just the gif of you being puked on would be enough to kind of throw all of that else out the window. So getting puked on would be pretty terrible. But making gay porn, it's like, like getting puked on, you can wash that shame away, but you can't wash the shame from the insides out. So I don't know. It's pretty hard for me to describe, because they're both pretty bad. But I'm going to go with the fetish porn, because I just kind of thought about this kind of at the last second. I feel like a smaller amount of people would find that versus the smaller amount of people seeing the gay porn. So I think it's just one of those things where it would be harder for me to get found, thus it would be harder for me to be humiliated on. If no one finds, I can't be humiliated. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the fetish porn, but it's pretty easy to wash off. I'll just, do it in the bathroom, do it in the shower, do something, just take a shower directly afterwards. But, I'm also curious to see what you guys think about that question. Would you rather make one gay porn to save your best friend's life, or would you rather make a puke fetish porn to save your best friend's life? Leave your answers in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. If you guys made it this far, maybe I've earned your like, and I'll see you guys next time.